I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jesse.
We're Cannabis School. Having cannabis-infused conversations
With everyday people,
cannabis companies,
celebrities,
and your mom.
welcome to the Sesh.
Welcome back. Today, we're doing just a sesh. Jesse's chilling at home. I'm chilling at home in the studio. And I am rocking the Bomb Mad Loud. Code below, if you guys don't already know. These are like our favorite fucking devices for concentrates. They've been
really
amazing.
are.
And they're under $200. They're fantastic. So
Yeah, I mean, and I like Dr. Dabber, but I'll tell you,
No.
man, this has been like it really has been a total game changer, man. It's so easy to clean, like the most easy out of any rig that I've ever had. I just really like it. I love the affordability, but I love I just like it. I just really like it. And I'm using look at that. It just goes like this. Watch. Vroom. I'm the mystery. Oh, no, there it is. I'm
The
using,
Mighty Plus.
yeah,
An amazing
give,
device by Stores and Bickle. I think
yeah,
we'll actually have a code for that below in the show notes as well for Stores and Bickle.
cool. Yeah, guys, go check it out. I know that they've got a new device coming out pretty soon.
Oh, it is
Brandon
out.
rocks.
The
It
VZ.
is
It's out. The
the
VZ.
VZ.
Yeah. It looks like a
Ooh.
tinier version of the Venti, actually.
Oh, that's cool. Because one thing I really like about my Mighty is that it is still compact enough, but it doesn't hit like the Venti. That is truly super cool. So it's probably priced better too for the individual user. But if it's like got the battery of a Crafty,
That's what I
down
wondered.
with it.
Yeah, I wondered what the battery life on the VZ is like in comparison because the Mighty and Venti, I feel like they're pretty sixes on battery. Like they last 8 sessions or so. So good amount, which is
That's good.
pretty nice. And you said you're rocking Cheetah Pit or Cougar Piss.
Cougar Piss and OG Diesel.
Yeah. OG Diesel's
Nick,
a Colorado grow, and Cougar Piss is over from our friends over at Beehive.
oh yeah, go by there. I was just talking about it just a few days ago, and I'm like, man, if you're if you're from out of state and you're like, man, I'd really like to go to a dispensary,
Speaking
that's
of,
the
that's what I'm
closest.
smoking today is out of
What is it?
state. Out of
Ah,
state's the brand. It's Orange Block Cherry or Orange
how is
Block
it?
Berry.
Is it got a lot of fruity notes?
Yeah, it has a lot of cherry, a lot of like fruity tones in there.
Oh, I
Um,
love a good cherry type strain.
right
That's
to the
always really
face.
good.
Uh,
Really?
yeah, not overly heady. A lot. I mean, I have pressure because it's so weird to wear headphones now. But for these meetings, like it's the time that we do it. So, but aside from the headphones, I honestly don't feel like pressure. Aside from that, it's just light tingling in my cheeks. Nothing major. It's pretty
No, that's
subtle.
cool. Yeah, the one mine it hits all here. The combination of both of them
Mm,
comes here and it's kind of pulling. Really puts me in a good mood. I was kind of burned out today. Work was long and I
hell of
just
a
was,
week.
yeah, it really has. But it's good. It's good because, I'm happy to have the work and I'm happy to finally kind of be providing. I'm barely scraping by still and I'm not upset by it. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? There's always something else that I can do. And that's kind of the time we live in right now, man. People just really need to depend upon one another too, man. I've had so many people just help me for no reason whatsoever other than just wanting to be really nice to me.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that lately too. Like I've been helping our friend out, Jordan. Like literally, he's just like, "Oh, dude, I'll cut you a commission." I was like, "Don't worry, take care of yourself. I got you." It takes like 5, 10 minutes of my day, and then I'm back to it.
Yeah.
But it's thinking about that. Like I could easily just tell him like, "This is what you're going to pay me all the time," and I'd be just in doing that. But I just kept thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, but that's truly not living the way that you want to live. Just help people because you can. And good fortune has come because of that. Been helping them for a while. And now, a little bit comes here and there. And that's where I'm thinking like, man, it's that friendship economy that is really going to take that next leap, kind of like, some settlers that came into some random land and they're like, you're white, I'm white, huh, let's not kill each other. Let's build, log homes. And they do that. And you're like, cool. Yeah. Oh,
Man,
man.
good strain, good
Yeah,
mix.
dude. It's a good mix.
Did you see? I thought it was really interesting. Trump's endorsing CBD for elderly people now.
Yeah. Well, if you remember in his election campaign, they were asking, what do you think about cannabis? And he's like, it's very good stuff, very good. I promote it. I have some friends, good friends. They're some of my best friends. You're not as good of friends with them as I am.
That's probably exactly what he said.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much it was just like it's a rock and a hard place. I mean, there's just too many superstitious old people that are still in Congress that are not for it. And it's
Yeah.
them that is the
Well,
issue. Like you got a lot of young congressmen, a lot of senators that are very for it. ATF, I'm sure it's just like this is bullshit. But
I'm very curious. Maybe you can enlighten me on your perspective on this. So around that, like, there's a lot of people in our Congress, a lot of our Senate, a lot of that who are still butting heads against it. And I wonder, because I feel like so many of those actual people have been in discussions and rooms where lots of data has been shared, lots of information on
right,
CBD, on cannabis, that I really wonder if it's fear of the medicine anymore or if there's something more behind it. Because, like, when I sat down and had a real conversation with my grandma, she's old. She was mid 80s, but when I had like data and information, that was able to change and shape the way that she thinks around cannabis versus where she came from before. And I feel like these senators, congressmen have had endless amounts of data and information. Do you still feel like it's mostly a fear from the unknown around the medication, or do you think there's something more to that?
I think what it is it's something that you already stated. If we would have talked to your grandma 15 years ago, different conversation. I don't think it would have been fruitful for her to be able to even try because she would have been, I don't know. And it's taking it to where you're at in your current situation, right? Your grandmother was in horrible agony on lots of
On
pain
fentanyl, yeah.
medication. Yeah. And I mean, and it wasn't good for her, right? It was robbing her of, and she
Oh
didn't
yeah,
like the feel.
fentanyl's
But
horrible.
those types of individuals who are in there, I mean, all of them, they they don't exist in our world. They exist in the halls of whatever building they're in. Their reality is the meetings of raising funds and keeping policies to get kickbacks. Like that's what they've turned into. And I think a lot of that, the biggest issue on it is just they would have to actually, a lot of them would have to experience based upon something drastic. And I think it's just the closed-mindedness. If it was made federally legal, well, then that would be really difficult for any of them not to, because then I think it would be a point of discussion, but it wouldn't last very long. Just because of the simple fact, I don't think it's because of medicine. It's just a perception. And it's so hard. I mean,
Do you
I
think
was
there's a
listening
good
to,
percentage of those who drink within that Senate or Congress who are very against
I don't think it has anything to
cannabis?
do with like
No, I don't. I don't
alcohol.
think it's tied to it. I'm just very curious if they themselves are partakers of one substance but not okay with
Oh,
another.
guaranteed.
That was more of
Guaranteed.
my where my
Oh,
perspective
yeah.
was going with that.
Well, I mean, everything is okay behind closed doors, right?
Yeah.
But as far as their perception, because their perception is what keeps them in a job or whatever it is, I think of those a lot like, old school YouTube famous people. Honestly, that's like it's like, oh, and Senator PewDiePie has the floor. I would like to see, and you're like, no.
Because they're just trying to get their audience and trying to keep their audience and
They're
going,
just trying to
hey,
keep monetized, dude.
yep, yep.
Make sure to subscribe and
Yeah,
you
subscribe
know,
and follow because
so,
I'll be running next month. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
yeah, totally. It is. It's so that way because it's all it is. They're
Oh
just
my
going out
God.
going,
What if
oh, that
what
would
if
be
that's how
funny,
it
wouldn't
was
it?
run? Was all our senators and and congressmen had to be
Like an
YouTube
idiocracy, dude.
personnel, like social media stars, and if they were not popular, people didn't like them, it was just like next. Like,
Well, I
and it
mean,
kind of is.
it will be like that. Like, hopefully, we go to the Running Man. You ever seen the Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Oh, dude, it's this crazy story about this guy who I don't know. I guess he was like a cop or something. It's in the future, where it's all everybody's gonna die.
Like half
We
of
have
Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies, I feel like are in the future.
you got that. Oh yeah, he totally. Because I mean, come on, where else is he going to be as a hero? And so he goes and he's gone. He's in prison. He's just like, fuck you, you're in prison. He's like, all right. So he goes to prison. He's jacks. Everybody's like, please take my take my apples. And then he gets an opportunity to get out. And what you do is you get to be able to volunteer to be in the game called the Running Man. And what they do is they take these inmates and they shoot them into this like whole wasteland area of the United States. We'll call it, no, I won't, because I might offend somebody. So we'll call it Rando Place, USA, okay?
I was like Southern
And
Utah,
yeah, yeah, there you go. Parts of it, yeah, definitely.
middle of Buffalo,
Um,
Nevada,
yeah, seriously.
Death Valley,
You
tons
you
of
know
random
what
places.
happened? I was right in the middle of that and I totally lost my train of thought.
Running Man.
Oh yeah, Running Man. So thank you. And
Don't thank me. Thank Orange Block Berry.
boy, your mind's super sharp. And let's think Cougar Piss. That's Beeline, isn't it?
Beeline or Buzz?
Or Buzz. Either
One of
one.
those
Check those
two.
guys out.
I think they're the
Real
same
fun
family,
strain.
just one's a higher quality margin, something.
Yeah. The OG's good because it kind of lifts you up.
Hmm.
Because I remember that this cheetah Cougar Piss can make you really giggly.
Yeah, it's a happy strain.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, but so they launch these, he gets launched into this game. And if you survive the game, then you get, and there's all these like crazy dudes, like a guy with chainsaws. I think he juggles them or something.
What
And
the
another guy
heck?
with like flamethrower. And
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, "Hey, got the light," and he throws something.
Yeah.
But if you win, you get your freedom,
Kind of like
right?
Death
So
Race, or I guess
yeah,
Death Race was probably after that.
there was this crazy one early 2000s where it's kind of like in the whole like premise of like the Blair Witch Project, not the premise but the mood, where it's like somebody following the camera and they're going like this the whole time.
Oh,
You're like,
I hate those. It's the worst movie cuts.
yeah, dude, because you got to take Dramamine. Just well, no, you don't. You just got to smoke your favorite strain,
Right.
preferably an indica, so you don't get motion sickness.
Oof.
But yeah, there was a movie where this woman's like pregnant and she has a pistol, and it's like something where you can win a lottery and you have to eliminate all these other people before the next one. And like the main character is a pregnant woman. And
Oh wow.
I think she's the same woman that was in Silence of the Lambs. She was in the pit.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Oh man, I just remember everything. So the random
Yeah.
things. Apparently, I had to take my insurance exam 3 times.
But you passed, so that's what
Yeah,
matters.
I passed. Yeah, but dude, I mean, I'm just like that movie seemed long. Yeah, that
I
was
can
hard.
imagine. Yeah.
But The Running Man is really cool because it's kind of funny because it's like this is the future where they even got like a game show host, the guy who used to host the Family Feud in the 70s.
Oh man.
And like he's the announcer and stuff like that. And Arnold gets out of it, and I mean, if it's in the 80s, guys, if you haven't seen it right now and I'm ruining it for you, fucking go see it. But
Now forever.
he kills the guy, he puts him in the pod where he got launched into the arena. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to send you off, whatever your name is." And then he goes flying off. And
Oh
he's just
man.
like,
Have you watched
"What?"
Squid Games?
I couldn't get into it. I tried to.
Uh,
I just couldn't get into
yeah,
it.
man. I
Um,
watched the first couple, and then Addie wanted to watch them, so we went back and we watched it, and it was just like, man, we just finished it, but it was good, but goddamn, I just think about those types of games and that type of a reality. I mean, I'm sure maybe around the world there is something like that. Who knows? But
you see like a movie called The Deer Hunter in the 80s with Christopher Walken, and he's like playing Russian roulette back in like Cambodia or something like that because he couldn't handle it back in the States or something, and goes back there. He's just like, and a lot of guys did that, but it was just like, see him spinning the gun. Oh, I'm
yeah,
gonna shoot myself, and he keeps click and then he puts it down and you win a bunch of money. And you're
Oh,
competing against another guy. And this whole time he's like winning. And these other guys are like, bam. And they just clear the dude. And another guy sits down going, do it.
jeez.
And
That's
then finally he
intense.
gets killed. They like wrap this like really tight headband around their head and lots of like padding so they don't go, the blood doesn't go spraying everywhere.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're more concerned about the cleanliness than, somebody dying in front of you.
That's intense. I've not seen
That
that
is
one.
intense. That's a good dude. The 70s and 80s had crazy ass movies. Crazy. You see Scarface? That's fucked up.
I haven't. I haven't, but
Or The Godfather.
I've heard
Godfather's good too.
amazing things about Godfather. I've still
Yeah,
yet
one
to
and
watch
two.
it.
Don't see three. Three's horrible. It's so bad. It
Oh,
was
it's like
like
the
a
Home
made.
Alone movies.
Yeah, like the first one, you're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
The second one was
And
like,
then the next
okay,
one,
it was fine.
and
And then the
then
third one's a whole new kid, and you're like, what the fuck?
yeah, I know. I hate when they do that. I hate you like The Witcher, dude. The Witcher on Netflix, like Henry Cavill was Geralt, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
I hear they're
they switch
changing
him
it.
out. Oh, they totally did. It's out right now. Nobody's watching it. And
Emily and I just were gonna go start it over again because we never really got through it. But then she had heard that they were switching Geralts, and she looked it up, and it's because of creative differences. He didn't like the direction that they were going. They weren't
no, because they
following.
weren't sticking to
Yeah,
canon. Yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing that the gamers and the fans of the books were like, as long as you stick to that. And that's why everybody was upset when he took the part. Because they're like, no, Superman can't play Geralt. And he's like, I'm a
Oh,
big fan of it. I've read all the books. I've played all the games. I've played The Witcher 3 like multiple times through. He goes,
interesting.
trust me.
He's the guy who
And
plays
then,
Superman?
yeah,
I didn't
the
know
guy
that.
played the Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. He was in
Hmm.
those in Justice League. And yeah, dude, he was like,
I like him
he
as
did a bunch
Geralt.
of, oh,
I thought he
he's
played it very
great.
well. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is like the first season is just like a lot of the first book, which is called The Last Kiss. And it's
Uh,
really, really good. And he got the closest to Geralt in the game, but the new guy it's not, how do you switch the main character
yeah,
midway through?
I
And he
don't
just
know.
told them well, they had their agenda, what they wanted to do. They wanted to change everything about it. Like Ciri can become a Witcher, but in the canon, only men can do it because they go
Hmm.
through this horrible trial. This is the books, they're really detailed, but you know,
It seems weird to
I
change it if it's like following an entire storyline. It'd be like if Dune all of a sudden was like, oh, hey, changing main character, now it's a chick.
yeah.
And all of the, and you're like, wait, but what happened? How did it become like, I don't,
Well,
how does this
it's like
transition get there? And you're like, don't worry about it, all right? Just turn the page.
it's ridiculous, dude. It's seriously, it's like what is going? It's like when I asked your girlfriend, I was like, "What are you reading?" She just goes, "Porn," and I was just like,
Basically.
"Yeah, basically, like those books." Like I saw this YouTube video of this lady talking about it, going, "Yeah," she's like, "Writing has just kind of gone into the toilet," and I can't help but feel like this is that thing I was telling you about with the. I think it's starting to fade. The flame is starting to fade, which is a good thing with AI because now it can get better. Because right now it's being used as an everything all thing and everything is integrated with it and it's
Yeah.
not that good. And it's
No.
really, really bad. Really bad. Like I was on a call with all these other reps and they were like, "What's your favorite AI?" And this guy's like naming a bunch of them off and I'm like,
I,
"Okay." Like people go, "Oh, I like Grok." No, thank you. I it was bad. It's really bad. I'm
do you
not
guys
spending
fuck with
money on
AI
this.
at home? What are you guys messing with? Is there one that you actually enjoy using? Let us know.
But
I mean, chat's really all I use. There are some others, and I've dabbled in some here and there, but they're nothing that's
they all
gotten
have their purpose. Yeah, but I mean, most of them are just a candy coated wrapper
a white
over
label.
open
Yeah,
AI. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it's crazy, dude. That's like, I don't know your feelings around this, but I think they should be building mini nuclear reactors around these freaking data centers, dude. Just
They need better ways to manage the power, because
it's
even
it.
they talked about
Yeah.
that's why so much of the increase in there was a 25% increase in the cost of power between like last year and this year. And it was because of the data centers and because of like AI. So instead of
Yeah.
building infrastructure and that just designed specifically for these data centers,
They just plugged
we're
into the grid.
fucking our grid and going, oh, don't worry, your bills can handle it, and it's not getting dumped on these big ass things. It's going to everyone at home.
And and they have the gall to charge you $20 a month. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you're gonna pay, and guess what? Those they get tax subsidies for putting those data centers in, so they don't have to pay for utilities. They don't have to pay for power. That's why they
Yeah,
don't care.
yep.
And it's kind of like it's the world you live in. But it's I know that a lot of people are like, oh, what about Chernobyl? Like that was a long time ago,
There's a
and that
lot more
was,
nuclear reactors around the world at this point.
well, not in Europe anymore. They're closing them down and they're having problems. You know that they know exactly what caused that blackout in Spain during the summer. You remember that? When all of Spain went dark.
What caused it?
And what solar? There was a weird fluctuation in the
Sent me a video about
electricity.
it.
Yeah. And I fact checked that like
I
crazy
remember
and it
that.
is dead on. And I was just like, what?
It
But
was
they don't want
so
to talk
weird.
about it.
Yeah, because it was, oh, what was it? It was basically like the something with the what the fuck with the current
Yeah, she's so, well, it's DC.
is
That's right. It's
well
DC. You can't, and
because you
because
can't.
solar goes off. Yeah.
Yeah, they use an AC versus a DC. They're saying there's an issue with that, but then something with there was something else that caused it though. There was something with the solar that happened. Oh, you
Well,
said it was a
it was
flare?
trying to like, well, no. That's what they thought it was a
Oh,
flare, but it wasn't.
because even like
Well, you got she went through a lot of different facts that they had on there. There's solar farms that are not actually running and doing anything. There's wind farms that are not doing anything because it's too expensive and the actual
yeah,
return on it is so small
well
and the
not
damage it does to the environment is
not all the
bigger.
time because they're not getting paid to return it, so they turn it off. So it's like it's not
But then what's the point?
effective.
It's fake greed. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's
it
not
is.
even real. I mean, at least the power company
Because
provides
you
something.
think about who got the subsidy to put it in the first place, because it's all for going
Hmm.
green. All of the solar stuff, all of the wind stuff, everything gets like government subsidies, tax write-offs, tax benefits from it. So if that's what we're constantly seeing from it and it's not even running half the time, who the fuck is doing that? Like,
Well, we don't
it,
have the batteries
that's
to be able
why.
to, I mean, to
Because we can't
store it.
store it and you can't put it back in. So it's like with the way our system is, they just shut it off. But that's a lot of free power that,
Well,
or
if
power we wouldn't have had to pay for how many other people.
ish, you could argue that the solar is really effective, but it's not because even if the batteries you would have, you also have to think
Oh, it
about the
wouldn't be
storage
batteries.
of those.
I'm just wondering if we could put it into the existing system as an AC because we can't store it as a DC. Like,
What's solar?
yeah, because unless you get a
But it's
battery,
limited.
yeah,
Yeah, but I
it
mean,
would
that's the
be.
problem. It's limited, and
It
you
would
could
have to
only
be
have
who's
it during the
active on.
day.
Yeah. Where
Right.
that power could actively go because it's that switch is live, it's got some place for it to go. It's not being stored. So, but then it wouldn't, power would have to be free, like, or gauged in a whole different way because it would be going to whoever is, and
I
that's,
think it's still early. I
I,
just don't think
yeah,
it's really effective right now. I mean, when I see solar on somebody's home, I just think of an
well, that's,
expensive add-on that you just put onto your home that you can't sell now.
yeah, it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if it adds value to the resale around here. Like, truly, if it was
It
like, hey,
used to.
it's got this on here. Like, yeah, I don't
Like
know.
when I was trying to sell my home, the guys who were selling my home, they said, "Do you have solar on your home?" I said, "No." And they go, "You should get it. That bumps up the value of your home." I'm like, "Yeah, but then I'm gonna have to pay for it." They go, "No, you don't. It's in subsidies." But that's the other thing too, man. You think about like, I don't know if you heard about this too. You remember the PPP loans and all those people doing it, and a couple of people that we worked with that were involved with those?
What's a PPP loan?
So these
Refresh me.
PPP loans were the loans that they gave employers or for small business owners.
Oh yeah,
If you
COVID
had no
wasn't it?
money, yeah, they'd give you $10,000.
Yeah.
So all these people just call up. You literally, there was like no backing to it. And they would just say, put in your social. All right. Do you have a business? You're literally like, yes. Boop. $10,000 in your checking account the next day.
What the crap?
Well, a bunch of random people thought this is a good idea. There was a couple of consulting businesses that actually got involved in that one, and they're on the back end of that. But just this week, or the week that you're hearing this, the FBI has been arresting people for for felonies of larceny because they didn't have a business. You had to prove you
Oh,
had a
what?
business. Yeah.
So they
So
were
they
fraudulently
came to you.
doing that and just
Oh
taking
yeah,
the 10 grand.
dude, this was like young guys, young kids. Like they're like one kid will do it, going call his brother up, going, "Hey, you want to get this money? You just go to Citibank. There's a glitch. They'll give you 10 grand. There is no free lunch. There is no free lunch, and it
They're
is
coming for your
so
butthole.
yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I don't know. There'd be so many of them, and they're like, "Well, what do we do?" I mean, they might serve a few years, but
I
it's
mean, for 10 grand,
ridiculous.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And people going, oh, that shouldn't happen. We should be able to just have this money. And you're like, that's why it's not worth as much anymore. That's why we're spending so fucking much on gas, on everything, man. It's so crazy right now. It is crazy. I mean, but it's an opportunity. I think every era has that tipping point. The 80s had it. 90s
Yeah.
had the late 90s, early 2000s had it. 2008, I don't know. I mean, I was married. I had three kids, but I wasn't living in this world. You know what I mean? I was just kind of,
I got really lucky because I had just gotten married, like 3 weeks married, 3 weeks before Christmas, and I got let go because I was the newest employee as a sales manager.
what year was
And
this?
oh wait,
Okay.
end of November, oh wait, mid-December. And I lucked out that my parents had invested a lot of money into a hearing aid thing, and that shit the bed. The guy kind of ran off with that, and they lost all of that was their retirement. So they bought
Oh,
the assisted living centers in January of '09, right after I lost my job. And so I went to help my parents do that business.
and when we say help, you mean being a
I mean,
slave.
yeah, no, I talked to my mom about that the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I worked from like 6 a.m. till, you know, 10 p.m. And then when I was fully living there, and I talked to my both my parents, and I was like, yeah, and you charge me like $2,800 a month for that room, and they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, that's how I felt. And I was like, so it was really hard because even though I was working insane amounts of hours, most of that went to paying for the room that you made me stay in to help like do it all. It was just, and
Some crooked shit, dude.
so I
They
don't
don't
know.
think about it when they're doing it. No, I mean,
No,
that was then, and we can say what it was then,
oh yeah,
It doesn't reflect on the person today, but it's
no,
just like back then that was fucked up. I'm
just
gonna call it, dude. That was fucked up.
yeah,
Because
it's fucked
I
up.
think about that now, dude, and I'm glad I get to hear these types of things and then I
Oh,
experience certain things. My parents were really good though. I mean,
and
never did anything
I
like
never
that.
got
But
overtime because anything over my hours would get put on my wife, on hers, and they'd just never pay me overtime because that would cost them more. And because they were trying to save money and started because they just lost their entire retirement, I got reamed in the asshole, so it was super cool.
that's why you walk that way.
Yeah, I walk with a limp, you know.
More of like kind of like looks like you're wearing pumps, but you're not. Ass
Yeah,
is all
a little
perked up in the air like a chicken.
clack, clack, clack.
To load up my pipe. No,
Oh,
dude, I'm grateful for what I have. I truly am. And today I was kind of in a bad mood, driving home, taking an hour to get home. And I just thought about it. I'm like, I'm grateful for what I've got right now. And even though it's still hard, it's step forward and it's taking care of my family the way I need to right now. And And I know you're doing the exact same thing. We're doing everything we can to be able to get by. And it made me think about a lot of our audience that probably is going through a lot of the same things right now. And they could be, running a business, but it's gone to shit. Or they could be in the cannabis industry and it's not what they thought it was going to be. Or they got into the cannabis industry because they couldn't get any other job and now it's the love of their life. It's always the other side. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm thinking like I started thinking on the way home, I'm like, if you don't like the way it looks, just flip the coin on the other side. Oh, it's all shiny on that side. Well, I guess it's good to go. And
Yeah.
I need to think that way. And I was letting, this really long day and I was like going, yeah, dude, if I want to get more out of my day, then I need to do a few more things earlier on. And I started thinking I need to start getting in the mindset that you do, where I have it planned out, but I don't stick to my plans. And I've been doing good though. I use my AirPods at work and I put on noise canceling and I literally made this sign that's laminated. It says, "Do not disturb. Help me make calls and get work done. Thank you. Now go away." And people have been cool with it, except
Nice.
some,
Yeah.
and that's and it's not for them, it's for me because I can't stop fucking talking. So,
It's okay. It can be a good problem to have sometimes. So,
well, dude, I wish I could smoke flower while I'm at work, but then I would
oh,
never get
right.
anything done
Oh,
because
it'd be
I'd be like,
amazing.
oh fuck, I left my flower over there and I'm about to leave. I'm already still pretty high. But yeah, dude, you know what I wanted to actually talk about was these things.
Oh, yes. Mine is up in the cabinet. Clean.
So it's cool-ish. It always gets just one side of the bowl, unless you
Yeah.
have tiny bowls. Or if I've even thought
Or if
about it,
it's
like lighting. Have you
my
tried?
bowl was full this morning and it did a lot better because I didn't have to put it down in it. I held it above it and then it was able to get more of it.
Now,
Also,
it's pretty clean though. I like it.
I like, I feel like I get better flavors because I'm not getting the butane. And I smoked all three of my joints today with it and it was fantastic. I
Oh, how'd that
hated
go?
it. Delicious. I, the first two didn't canoe at all. I didn't have a canoe. It was like slow rolling. It was fantastic. I was really impressed. My first one looked kind of lumpy and shitty, but it still worked great.
That's the important part, right?
Yeah. And then the second one, so I probably went through about 6 papers today in practicing. 3 of them I smoked. 3 of them I tore apart and re-rolled just to, keep practicing. So if you guys don't know how to roll a joint yet, it's actually not terribly hard to hand roll. I
Yeah.
spent a little bit of time today and fucked around and found out. So,
Yeah, dude, I saw this guy doing it and it looked like he was like trying to milk mouse tits. Like he was slowly going in there, just feeding the paper, and it's a patient art. I mean, the
yeah,
way that Bijan rolled those,
they were
they were all they were
incredible.
perfect cylinders. They were perfectly rolled. It looked like cones. They looked like they were dropped into cones. That's the way it looked. It looked so perfectly symmetrical. And I was just like, dude,
They're
that's some,
amazing.
that's something I want to get because I'll tell you what, man, there's still nothing like a joint. There's
Mm-mm.
nothing like a joint. I mean, I can't do it all the time, but man, it's a good sesh because you can really just kind of just either get into your music or contemplate. But
Yeah,
I mean, that day we had what, 4 or 5 strains that day, and I'm just like,
5. It was a great. I was like having such an amazing time. You know?
I tried to hang as long as I could, dude, but by the end, I was like, no, no, I'm, I gotta drive not too long, so I gotta be good. But the lemon juice brought me right back to earth, dude.
It's
Swear. That
fantastic.
nuts. But no,
Yeah.
man, I think about a lot of the stuff. Like we've got a lot to be grateful for too. We've made so many new friends within cannabis and just really like exploring more and more and more. And
Even
we
within
we
the audience, not even within
oh, I know,
cannabis.
that's what I
Like
was about to
it's,
say. That's so
yeah,
cool. So many people interacting with us. We love it. we interact right back. And a lot of the stuff, even the comments that you have, like, "Hey, Jesse, shut the fuck up." I'm like, all right.
That's been a minute
No.
though. That was
But at the same time, I'm just like, I like that. I like it where people can tell us the truth, and they're not hiding behind it. And the thing is, we don't put out like so much content that we feel like we're just annoying people. Like, I enjoy this. I still enjoy this. I have not got bored of this at all, and I love that there's people out there that look forward to this, dude. That's the reason
Mhm.
why we do this. If not, we'd be like, dude, it's fucking our week is busy as shit.
Let's just get together, smoke, and play
Oh.
some games. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When's the last time that fucking happened? Right? But we did get to watch that movie. That movie was badass, especially while
that's
we were high.
amazing.
It was
Yeah,
so
you guys
good. I tried to
haven't.
watch it again, but I wasn't high enough. I was just like,
There's
it
a
was
simple
good.
solution for that.
Oh,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
guys haven't seen the F1 movie, I mean,
Oh, we liked it. It was
I
fun. It was
get it.
entertaining. It was a movie.
It was
It
really
didn't
good.
have any purpose. I just watched it. I wasn't mad at anybody in that. You know what I was mad at?
Hmm.
I couldn't be in that car. Just
I
a few.
know, but I can imagine
Dude,
that
have you
G-force.
seen have you seen those videos I've been sending you of the racing? I can't tell if it's real or not.
I know. I'm not sure. And I'm looking
I
at it, I'm like, is that, are they
Yeah,
is that real?
I
Like, but I
it
looked
looked
at the
so cool.
hashtags and one said like esports, and I was like, okay, so this must be a sim one because it just looks so fucking real though.
Well, I saw this one like simulator,
Mm.
and the guy's driving in it, and it actually like the it has a hood to give you the illusion that it's moving, and he hit
Oh,
a bump, and you saw the right side go, "Ka-dunk,"
whoa.
and he
That's
went like this, and I was like, "That's cool." Like, I want to go to one of those racing sims where you sit in it and it's got like the screens and shit all
the
around
whole
you.
thing. Yeah.
I got to find somebody that got that, and I'll see if I can get the company to pay for that. Yeah, right.
No, there was someone we were talking to, and they said that in Salt Lake, there's a company who holds luxury cars, and they have one of those really nice racing sims there. I just don't remember the name
Yeah,
of the company.
yeah. No, there's two of them. There's one that's called Automotive Addiction.
That
That's in
might be
Salt
it.
Lake. Yeah, I know the guy. His name's ER. He runs that. And then there's another one. Patch is involved with them, and
Hmm.
they're in American Fork. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You have to, I think it's like around $700 a month to store your car in one of those places. And
Nice.
then you get to be in a club with other guys who have
Nice
those same
cars.
cars.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
there's like it's expensive, but it's just for rich guys who don't have friends. I mean, to be honest, they don't have anybody to smoke
It's
with.
true.
They're just like,
I know. Isn't that pretty terrible? If you had no one to smoke with, if you don't have anyone to smoke with, play another episode of us and
dude, you know what we should do? That'd be really cool. I don't know. Let's do it. Let's just make this the poll that we put on there. Should we do a live smoke sesh with everybody? And we just take a couple of questions. We could probably do it just like this, where we smoke joints and we talk to our audience. So
I
let's do a
mean,
poll. If
okay.
you guys want to see that, you're hearing it, put it out there. We'll leave this poll up for several episodes just to kind of get as much information as we can, and we'll see what happens from there. If you guys want to do that, that'd be cool. You can ask us questions like, "Does Brandon shave his butthole?" I don't know.
Only on
Uh,
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, Wednesdays gets really long.
Yeah, that's why I have to do it on Wednesdays every week. Otherwise, I have to braid it, and I just don't have that time.
Oh, images, images.
Hey, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, guys, take care.